The following podcast may be explicit. Shedcast presents Adventures from the Shed, a tabletop RPG podcast. You can find us online at adventuresfromtheshed.com. Welcome to Part 2, Session 3 of the Dungeons & Dragons Starter Set Adventure Podcast. Let's move on with the Red Brand Greg's interrogation and learn the identity of that metagame monster. Maybe we can even learn more about the Red Brands. Enjoy the podcast.
Ask him to describe it.
That's what I mean. Let's take the metagame route, if you will, and say, is it a floating eye, a big eye with stalks overhead that looks like a wrinkly brain thing?
Yeah, like
right?
what by eye monster, what do you mean?
It's that funky looking spiked thing with the big green eye and the big teeth and the claws. Do you know that thing?
Okay.
There's a picture in the book, so I get to say.
Yeah, I don't. I don't know. Maybe do I know that thing?
Now this is. I guess I'll let it be an Arcana roll.
Is there Arcana history?
19.
Okay.
19.
With a 19, I'll tell you that what he's describing is probably a Nothic. That's the name of this monster.
I've not heard of
It
it.
is an aberration, an evil aberration. And what it does is it gazes at you with this big eye on its head and messes with your brain.
Oh yay!
A nothing?
Nothic.
A nothing.
Nothic.
Nothic.
Yep.
Has no brains.
It's the
so
nothing.
It doesn't think.
Run, Atreyu!
It has,
It's an aberration. It does not belong here.
it has big claws, a big eye, one big old eye on its head.
See, this is why we can't assume beholder.
All right.
It would have been cool. I'm
Although
always
off the
waiting for
table,
a beholder.
clearly when they wrote that, they wanted us all to go, what?
The eye creature.
Oh,
Right?
man. Like,
Eye monster.
Yeah, beholders are
I've been
definitely
playing this
very.
for years, and it's like the Dungeons and Dragons monster.
It is.
And I've never experienced it ever. Like it's never ever been
Oh, we
used.
can fix that before.
They're
well,
annoying
before the end of the
beyond
podcast.
belief.
Yeah, they can be, definitely. The original ones are just horrid.
Save or die. Save or
All
die.
right,
Save or
so-
die.
That is also part of, because Greg could relay that information to you after he gets the arrow to the knee, and he's willing to give up some info. You got that. So you go inside, you talk to the dwarven, the crotchety dwarf barkeep. She kicks you back out. Greg's gone. The drops of blood from the arrow lead to the east, up the hill, and up on the top of the hill on the side facing you, you see the nice look of the manor house up on the hill. Up.
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 Yeah.
Sad
Up.
movie. So, are we going to the house, or are we going to try to get into the cave?
No, we need to get there quick.
Yeah. Now that we know it's not a beholder, I guess we can go right there.
We need to catch up with Greg and kill him before he
I mean, if we can
he
catch up with
alerts.
Greg before he gets to the house, that would be one thing. If not, I think
Realistically,
we should rescue the
you probably won't
hostages.
catch up to him, but you can try.
Shit.
Have you ever tried to run with an arrow in the knee?
Yes, I have. Interesting you should ask.
His
That's a
20s were
different
real
story.
Weird.
So,
Well, we need to
Well, how do you guys want
approach
to do it?
cautiously.
Let's
Yeah.
approach cautiously.
I would-
I thought we were running,
to catch Greg, yeah.
okay.
but Greg isn't on the hill or in front of the house. Like,
So the road, I mean, it's easy for me to think about it because the map is in front of me, but if you see this right here on the edge, the road has a bunch of twists before it goes up to the manor, the switchback. So he's up ahead of you, and he's probably somewhere in there amongst the bushes and the trees and what have you. If you're running in that direction, you'll get at least one glimpse of him before you get up to the manor, I'm sure.
all right, and we can hustle after Greg.
Okay. So, as you get up to the manor, right outside of the manor, there's a lot of tracks that lead to a stone staircase. Well, you get to the manor. Let me take it that way. And I'm going to have a little bit of a cut scene here. You reach the manor and you get inside. and you find the stairway that leads down into the cellar from the kitchen area. I'm going to do that because there's nothing about the outside of the building. This leads you right into the Red Brand hideout. So the manor itself, above ground, apparently is irrelevant to the adventure.
Okay.
Okay. So
we don't see Greg.
you don't catch up to him.
No.
But he most likely went to where. So we'll use you're following his trail as drops of blood, and you follow it into the kitchen of the manor house, and there is a stone staircase just off the empty ruin of the large kitchen. And at the bottom of the stairs is an unlocked door with a cellar beyond it.
All right. More than likely, we're going to walk into a trap now.
Why?
It's a trap.
It's not a trap.
So if
He's
we're going to approach,
run to
we need
warn
to approach
his buddies.
quite carefully. Yeah.
So, you open the door into a 5-foot wide landing 15 feet above a large cellar with stone steps descending to the floor in 2 short flights. Another door stands beneath the stairs to the north. A large stone cistern occupies the western wall of the room, whose walls are lined with kegs and barrels.
I know you're just going down the paper, but should
Yeah.
we get like an order going here,
We will need that as we step in.
or what we're doing? Are we going slow? And now that we
Yep.
haven't caught him,
Yeah,
I mean,
slow
I
and
would think
cautiously.
that Shield Man Thor
Shield Man.
is doing his thing up in the front, and I
Well,
can
I
be
mean,
like,
do we also want Rogue Girl, potentially searching for traps?
Definitely want to.
By rogue girl, he means you.
Yes. Bree will be checking for traps. As
I mean,
I want to kind
I
of
don't know.
Redbeard is a dead Redbeard.
I guess that would mean you'd have to go first,
Yeah,
because I doubt you could see around him.
like 3 feet tall. Well,
He's like 4 or something.
he's like 4. Yeah.
All right, so
Yeah, we should
The-
probably you first, me second.
Stealthily.
so
Wizard
I'm
in the
going
back?
to take a
Yeah,
combination.
The wizard's always in
In the
back.
rear with the gear.
I'm going to take a combination of what they give me on the map for the hideout as well as the description, because I think the description kind of lacks a little here. When you've opened this door, there's a little platform in front of you. Going with the 1 square equals 5 feet. It's about 5 feet deep, 10 feet wide. And the way it works is there are stairs that lead down to a level, it turns, and then stairs that lead down to the floor. So when you walk in, you're up, what is it, like 15 feet above the cellar floor. And then there's 2 levels to walk down to get down to the floor. Once you are down there, the rest of the area has about 10-foot ceiling. And there is a door almost straight across, which would be to the west. And on the way there is a pool of water. It looks like about 10 feet wide, 15 feet deep. And there are barrels and crates on the north and south sides of the room. That's what you got.
Are we coming in from the south or the east of this room?
You are going in it from here. Do I even have? Yes, so you're coming in from the east side of the map, headed west into the room.
Now, does anything look strange about the pool of water?
Does anything look strange about the pool of water? It's clean and filled with cold, fresh water.
That is sort of strange.
That is strange. Can we check the
There
room?
are, above it, there are drain pipes that lead into the side of the cistern, and it's probably rainwater coming into it.
Can we check the room behind barrels and boxes? Is the room
Sure.
clear?
Yep. Let me give you...
Can we look for Nothics?
Specifically, when you say you're checking the room, I need you to make a roll, wisdom or perception roll.
Perception 12. Wisdom's not on the list, so
Well, it's
zero.
it's
Wizard is.
perception if you have it, wisdom if you don't.
This is passive perception, right?
Not
No,
passive.
she's making a roll because she says, I'm looking through the room.
Ah, gotcha.
It's no longer passive at that
like
point.
you
It's
got
active.
12.
So you have a
Is it
12.
this one up here?
yeah.
But if she's not trained in it, it's
Okay.
just her wisdom score.
So
Yeah.
it's 10
All right,
or is it
so
12?
0.
0?
Yeah.
What?
Modifier.
Oh, that modifier. I thought you said if it's just...
Yeah.
So
I don't
12.
speak too good.
You're searching around behind the barrels and stuff, and you rolled a 12. Okay.
Yes.
So in the southwest corner of the room, actually the west wall, the farthest south on the room, you notice that there is definitely something out of ordinary on the wall. And if you had to guess in game terms, you have found a secret door.
I have found a secret door.
How do we enter said secret door?
Does it seem like it's like a
Is it-
lock,
is it
like
trapped?
a puzzle, or is it trapped?
I'll go with Bree asking.
Is it booby trapped?
It looks like it would just swing open on hinges, and you can't see any locking mechanism or trap.
It doesn't appear to be locked.
Is there anyone in the room that we see, or any?
No.
It seems like a storage
You
room.
see a human, a high elf, and a halfling. Nobody else in the room. The whole area, however, though, is well lit. Okay.
I guess I'll
By
pull that
oil
door
lamps
open.
in wall sconces.
See,
We need to get there.
Okay.
We're over here.
okay, so we've already done the secret passage thing and go straight to the boss thing already. So let's do it again.
Sure. That's how we do.
That's funny right there.
What's the shortest line between here and the
All right,
boss?
so get your bow ready. I'll open the door.
Okay.
She's
So
going to kind
taking
of
the
crouch
this
in the
does
corner.
this does, however, bring something up. Give me one more second here. Okay. So what? Now I need to know what you guys are doing next. Sorry. Go ahead.
I'm pulling the door open,
Okay.
and I guess
And Bree is gonna crouch in the
crouching
corner and, like, kinda
getting
look.
ready to shoot.
So as you find the right place to push, the secret door does swing open, and you see inside of the wall just some hidden iron hinges, and it just swings open. And on the other side is a hallway that goes ahead about 20 feet and then turns up to the north, takes a right turn to the north.
This place is delightful.
Yeah. And you see, well, if everyone's still in this room, in Area 1, by the way, Kurt, if you want to make note, the first room we were in was Area 1. So just put a 1 there. And you guys have found the S, the S secret door, right? That's close enough, yeah. All right, so from the other side of the cistern, the
S.
pool,
Yeah, we
there's
came in
there's another door over there, which we didn't get to because you were searching. A real door in the wall. That door swings open,
But there's also a
and
door.
3
a
Red Brand
normal door.
ruffians come running out of that room.
Oh, great.
All right, so
Yes.
we are by the door and we're getting ready to enter here
So
when we get
here,
back.
let me see your paper just for a moment here.
I didn't get the. Okay,
Yeah.
so
Well, let me see it, and I'll just put a quick thing on it here. So this is where that's actually
Hi,
the
fellas.
pool. There you go.
Hi,
So
little
the
buddy.
I was
pool is
looking for the
actually
bathroom.
rectangular, and then right above it is a door on the map. But she was searching before I described that there was a regular door in the room too. So she found the secret door before the regular door. She's really, really good that way.
Good job.
But that door swings open, and 3 Red Brand ruffians run out into the room.
Okay, so we have a cistern
From here.
between us.
Yes.
all right.
So you got plenty of time to plug them full of arrows before they get to us.
Hell yeah.
At this point, I'm going to give them a chance to surprise you. How does surprise work? What is the roll? What are the stats? What do
We
you do
get
for that?
no
That
How
we
are
would
they
have
surprising
surprise.
us?
Because you
Because-
didn't know they were there.
because they're
Yeah,
rushing
but
out.
we were ready for it. Like, she is pointing her arrows at the door.
No, we
No,
were
they're
at
coming through
secret
the other
This
door.
is a different door.
Oh, through the
We're
other
trying to
door.
go through the secret door, and they're coming through the top door.
Yes.
The DM determines who is surprised.
It's
If
just that
neither
simple,
side
huh?
is trying to be stealthy, they automatically notice each other. Otherwise, the DM compares the dexterity stealth checks of anyone hiding with the passive wisdom score of any creatures on the opposing side.
All right, in this case, they heard all of the noise and they jumped out, or they ran out of the room to see what the noise was. So they weren't intentionally trying to surprise you. I think we're clear. It's just going to be straight up initiative.
Okay.
There. My initial scores suck.
I'm 15 minus 1, 14.
14.
20.
20 for the wizard.
Nice.
Mr.
I had
Stoltermars.
a nice 6.
A 6?
Yes.
I don't feel so bad. I've got a
Alright.
6 as well.
I have
However, my initiative
14,
is -1.
12, and 4.
So Ruffian 1, Ruffian
And that
2,
is
and
John,
Ruffian-
Bill, and Larry.
John,
Okay?
Bill, and
And
Larry.
Larry. All have the same last name of Ruffian, however.
Well, when you join the gang.
Yeah,
It's
you
like
get
a
your name
family.
changed. Exactly.
So the wizard goes first.
All right. Yeah, so they jump out. And actually, let me take that back. Let's add Greg in there. We're going to say it's John, Greg, and Larry. We'll put
But
Greg in
Greg's
there.
not so much rushing as hobbling.
Right.
Greg,
What's
what
Greg's
are you
initiative?
doing?
So there's
He's
4
the
of them?
middle one. He's going to have the 12.
Oh, he's Bill.
Yeah.
So no Bill.
I'm not
Greg
making it
instead.
4. The encounter is for 3. But what we're going to do is say that Greg got here and told them, they're coming, they're coming. And when they jump out, when they run/hobble out of the room, Greg says, see, I told you they'd be here.
Dang it,
And
Greg.
that little witch is with them.
And
slit your throat
they are not
this
in
time,
melee
Greg.
range. They are
They are on
40
the
feet
other
away.
side of the cistern. Technically here, you guys being down at the bottom of the room, there are 1, 2, 3, 4 squares to them, so 15 to 20 feet-ish. Now you've got a 25-foot run around the pool if you want to get around it.
right.
But
What is the
range
walls
is
of the cistern made of?
it says stone. So we have a stone cistern. It is rectangular, 10 feet deep with a rim 2 feet higher than the surrounding floor. So it's only 2 feet up off the ground. And the pool goes down 10 feet. Not that you should have known that, but big deal.
So you can shoot over it.
Yeah, the walls are only 2 feet high. But
Okay.
it's a pool of water there.
And
so you,
I'm assuming it's probably a really thick rim.
it looks like about almost a foot.
Okay. Alrighty then. I will be shooting Senor Greg with Ray of Frost.
Okay.
And I say to Greg too. I was like, I hate
Just put it
hate
right over the
being
camera.
proven
I put
wrong.
my hand in front of it.
Huh?
I put my hand in front
No,
of it.
no, this camera that faces me, you covered it with that.
Natural
Jeez.
20.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah,
You know, we never rolled the damage for the arrow, did we?
no, she
We
didn't.
said it was going to be
Non-lethal, but it's
you
still-
hit him.
I hit him,
So
but we never rolled.
It's still on
because
his-
he's going to start this with that much less health. I'm still going to.
It doesn't matter. I just did 16 points of damage.
Plus what?
9.
All right, okay.
He's super dead.
He's
All right.
super dead. He's uber dead.
So
Like-
what did
So
you
basically,
cast?
I cast Ray of Frost.
Ray of Frost. And how did you do 16 points?
I did. I rolled a natural 20, then I rolled 8 twice.
Oh well, great.
A double
All right,
ghetto crit.
so
Basically, what happened was I hate being proven wrong
ouch. All right.
because she told me we should have killed him.
and
I
that's
hate
right.
being proven wrong.
So he just finished saying, and look, that little witch is here too. And he's done. That's it. Okay. So clearly Greg won't
And
be
you
up
feel
next.
vindicated,
Well,
right?
I told you.
I'm still
I
going to
was
ask who's
gonna
next, and you're just
kill
going to tell me number 4 instead of just Greg.
Um,
I'm confused.
now-
John actually is
I have
next.
too
Well,
many
Kurt's
numbers.
next.
Is it not me?
is it
What
Kurt or
that?
John? Who has the higher initiative modifier?
Well, I mean, Kurt's the player.
I'm -1.
Yeah,
All
so,
right, so John goes first.
John goes first.
All right.
So which one was that? Is that number 2?
Number 3.
Number 3 goes to
Three.
Kurt.
Okay.
For those who are listening,
This
we have these little
is-
cue
I'm
cards.
trying to do numbers because it
Greg
works
is
so well until.
The listeners at home right now are like,
But
wow.
that's he's dead.
This is
Um,
scintillating
Alright.
and titillating at the same time. Yes, I said titillating.
We
3.
apologize.
all right.
3 on the
So
kill count.
I have John. John, go now. John
John,
is.
go now.
I don't think I have any stats for these guys having a ranged
Dang, Greg.
weapon. So we're going to
Just got a
say
drink.
he's going to Run around there. He has 30 feet.
He's
of
going to run
movement.
away because of how quickly we killed Greg.
Okay, so he can reach somebody who was in the back of the party at the secret door.
I was.
And we have nobody else has moved yet, so you're still there. He's coming after you. He
And I
has
just blasted the shit out of his friend.
He has just enough. John has just enough movement to reach you. He has 30 feet, and that's what it will take him to get around the cistern. And he has a 23 to hit.
He hits.
That's it.
And I made a mistake with the last ruffians that I won't make again. So that's 4 damage. Ruffians make 2 melee attacks.
Say what?
Multi-attack. They have the multi-attack action. 19.
Hits again.
That'll hit.
7 damage.
Even with your additional armor thing?
Yep.
So that's
I got a 15.
2 good rolls. So you have just invaded their house, man. Or their hideout. I mean, it's someone else's house that they stole, but still, I mean. All right. So that is John. John sprinted around the cistern and took a couple of merciless hacks at the wizard Ferris.
Now it is.
So now it's me.
Thor.
I am going to try to help my wizard friend by casting Sacred Flame at John, who just attacked him.
Yep.
One of my cantrips, 1d8 radiant damage against a dexterity roll from John.
John has a 9 plus 2.
I got 15 plus 5. So
Okay.
You don't.
so
No, you don't
think
roll.
you roll.
Oh, I don't roll. You're right. You're right.
You
I
have
don't
a
roll.
thingy.
I got 11. What is my
13.
roll?
13.
He has-
Yeah.
So that's an automatic
So you hit. Okay.
1d8 for 5 damage.
5 damage to John.
Yeah, you're right. I don't have to roll that.
So you radiate light at him, and poof, it hurts.
And my belief in my God is temporarily heightened before I slide back into
Or
self-doubt.
even temporarily solidified, because you have a wavering belief, right?
Exactly.
Right.
Walter Moss and Bree are up next, then Larry.
All right,
Okay,
so
Moss.
Breeze up.
Breeze first.
Is
So
she-
Bree is already kind of close to the ground. She was kind of crouching by the door, so she's
Yep.
going to do a little roll.
a roll.
A roll to try to get into a nice position so she can shoot at John.
Okay.
So you're gonna slide into the secret door tunnel to hide?
No.
No hiding.
No hide.
That's what we call metagaming, which is a big no-no.
I'm trying to picture it in my mind.
Well, okay, so picture it.
She's like, I'm just rolling. What?
Picture
Where
a
to?
miniature person
She's a little person.
doing a little somersault, and then getting up and being like, "Whoop-ah!"
Now you have to say that. That's
so cute.
and it's the most adorable thing ever.
super cute.
I mean, she shoots toothpicks. I get it.
Whatever. Anyway, so that's what? 15?
15 will hit.
Woohoo!
Are we attacking John?
We were attacking John.
Nice.
And she's going to do sneak attack as well. Yes.
Uh-oh.
So that's 10,
13.
13.
Oh, there's a bad John. John is down. He falls back with an arrow stuck in his abdomen, yelling on the ground.
What's the rule in this new
where's
edition
Larry?
for sneak attack? When you get that, is it the same?
It's whenever you have advantage, or whenever an ally is next to the target.
Gotcha.
And that would be you.
That's nice. You're gonna get that a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So basically, just saying that he's distracted by me, so you get
Yeah.
it.
Exactly it.
All right, so who's up next? So
Larry, you
where's
better
Larry?
run.
Larry is still on
No,
the
no,
other
you.
side of the pool.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Larry is still
Okay.
on the other side of the pool because he hasn't come up yet. The plan was for him to run and get you.
Okay.
Get ya.
Can I run
He's gonna get
to
ya.
Larry?
Do you have 30 feet of movement?
Yes.
Then yes, you can. I had predetermined, counting the squares for me, it's 30 feet to get from where they started to where you guys were.
Then I'm going to do one of those runs that
Yeah.
they have the axe sort of behind them,
Yeah.
and they're just sort of running.
Yeah.
They get up close, and they're just whoop-pow,
It's like your feet
Wait, what are
move
they like?
twice as fast as they need to.
running, and then whoop-pow.
Oh, so
All
awesome.
right. I'm ready. And a 1.
No.
Whoops, 17.
17 will hit. Poor Larry.
Run it.
Yeah, you didn't
7.
get the axe. 7 for Larry. That is a hit. All right. And who's up next?
Larry.
Larry.
Larry's going to swing right back to you. Now he doesn't have to run.
I just had 3 plates of your dinner.
That is 7.
3
A
plates.
7 will miss, but ruffians get 2 attacks. A
And I'm on a diet.
19.
That will hit.
A 19 will hit. So the ruffians multi-attack. The second one hit for 6 points of damage.
Okay.
So after some, fancy footwork and feigning to one side, he comes back and stabs at you at the other way.
Fall for that.
Yeah, you do. All right, so we're back at the beginning.
Ray of Frost.
Ferris. Larry is the only one offering any resistance.
4 damage.
4 damage to Larry. What was it you rolled to hit?
16 plus 5,
That
so
hits.
21.
Yep. Only because nobody heard it. It's better that way.
Yes, that is true. And then I rolled 4 points of damage, and I get no
Got it.
bonuses to that. I don't know why.
Is it
Did
a
you steal
cantrip?
that kill too? Steal that one?
yet.
No, I didn't.
That-
Is that a cantrip?
It is a cantrip, yeah.
I think that's why. If you had
no,
bonuses
none
on
of my
some
damage spells have bonuses to them.
those- No. Are they ones that later on in your wizardy life you can add damage to them? Cast Ray of Frost at level 3, you get 3d8 or something
No.
like
You take your
Well,
owls.
Like if you cast Magic Missile in a higher spell
Yeah.
level spell slot,
You get,
you get more missiles or more damage.
But
But
you-
those
like,
spells
in-
that do that say that in the spell description.
But what I mean is, you
Yeah.
like he gets to add his modifier bonus. I don't get to add modifier ever to anything,
oh, for your damage. Huh.
and I don't know why. I don't know. That's just
Because
this.
a Ray of Frost is a Ray of Frost is a Ray of Frost, man.
What more do you want?
You're not
God.
throwing it harder.
You've got a reliable spell.
I noticed that in the play test, and I was curious about it. But there were some spells that did have it. Druid spells had modifiers, but I don't know. Yeah. Let's. Who's after Ferris? I guess John is dead. Who's after John was?
Now it's
Thor.
Thor. Yep,
Yeah, my
Thor.
damage spells don't either. My healing ones get modifier, but not my damage.
exactly. I don't get it.
It was probably they found that my guess would be in the playtest they found that magic users were doing too much damage, so they were able to reduce it by doing that, most likely.
So it's
He
up to
is
me,
a
and we just
kill
have Larry
machine.
left.
Correct.
Larry, yeah.
Is he bloodied?
Is he bloodied? He has been injured.
Is he close to me?
No,
He's across
he is on
the-
the other side
so
of the
across
pool.
He is 30 feet away,
Yes.
and you have 25 move speed.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll go ahead and cast Sacred Flame again against his dexterity. 13 to beat.
13 will
Well-
be the roll I need to. I missed. I
Alright,
rolled
so
a
it's
4 plus 2 is 16.
1d8, 3 radiant damage from me.
3. Oh, my Ferris is going to steal this one. I know it.
No, he's not, because he got 2 other people before him.
Yeah, you're thinking they're going to hit?
Yeah.
Okay.
She'll take it.
All right, who's up next? Who's up next?
Bree.
Bree is. So she is 30 feet away. There's a pool in between. What's the range on a short bow? Does anybody know?
60 feet, you're good.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
good.
more than.
So
more
can
than-
she see over the
Oh,
room?
yeah.
It's like 2 feet
It's
high.
2 feet high.
Yeah.
You can see her like on her little tippy
just-
toes.
She's jumping. She's jumping.
You have to get the arc right on the arrow.
Let's play it that way.
No.
Just get on my shoulders.
She's jumping. she
Boing.
jumps once to look. She
There you
jumps
go.
again to throw.
Yeah.
You take your move action to get on someone's
Perfect.
shoulders.
Oh gosh, that's funny. It's 16.
16 will hit Larry.
She's good
Come
at
on,
it.
come on.
Hey, guess
There's
what?
nobody next to him, right? Oh, you're next to
I'm
him.
next to him.
So I can sneak attack. Wah!
Yes.
So that's 8.
All right, Bree gets another notch on her belt.
Told ya.
So Larry,
4.
so that's 2 now in this battle that have gone down with an arrow embedded in them.
That's awesome. I like having an archer in the party.
Yes, it's nice.
It's
So
good for flavor.
no other noises there right now. Those are the 3 that ran out of that door to the north on the west wall.
And all you guys hear is just the wizard going, I hate being proved wrong. Just muttering
you to
over
kill
and
him. I
over.
told you to
Told
kill
you
him.
to kill him.
And Greg is laying on the ground over there, gurgling, miserable bitch.
She's gonna kick him in the head. She walks over. And
There's
kicks
no way. Not with the crit to kill.
Yeah.
him. She's gonna kick him in
Well,
the
you
head.
think he's instantly dead?
Ice cubes.
And this is, I'll take a side note on this for a moment. I was telling Mike about this earlier. Players, when you get to 0 hit points, you're like, I'm dead. Well, no, you're not. You still have 200 saving throws, and everybody could help you. For the most part, I treat the world the same way. So when there's a bad guy who is reduced to 0 hit points, that doesn't mean he's immediately gone to the afterlife. In game mechanics, he's no longer useful. but I can have fun with those bodies laying around too.
Is he
so
frozen?
I'll
So
do
she's
that.
going to walk over and just, she
Yeah.
will kick him. In the
That's the
face.
one you froze.
Might
right?
hurt your toe.
I don't care.
But-
I thought Greg was dead from before.
No, Greg had the arrow in the knee.
Greg, she did 14 points of damage, so he only needed 2 more points of damage to die, and I did 16 damage
Yeah.
to him.
Dang, Greg.
Greg is
So-
negative 14.
So now that
He
other
is real
room,
dead.
Greg dead.
the
He's
other.
not Marvel dead. He's dead.
He dead.
All right. Gosh, somebody had said this last time. I need to get back into a D&D mentality, and I'm pretty sure somebody said it last time. We have to. Last time we played, we have to have a standing rule of always loot the bodies. I think
Yes.
somebody said.
I said that.
Make sure we remember that. Okay.
Let's loot the bodies.
Yeah, because we haven't.
Okay. Good.
We didn't do that back at the
Yeah.
the,
The
Silver
ones on the
Giant.
street.
Yeah, with the
Chances
ruffians.
are all they had was ale or something.
And see, that's the thing. I start to get in that mindset, and then right here. So, first off, the room that they came out of, if you want to put it on your mini map there, Kurt, the door had just a 5-foot hallway for 5 feet, so like a cube there, a 5-foot spot, and then inside the room are 2 beds. It looked like a storeroom pressed into service as living quarters. There's 2 double bunks against the wall near the door, and then there's barrels and crates filling the southern half of the entire chamber. And because it's listed right here, how many we have? 4. Each of you gets 75 experience now.
I don't.
Awarding experience points. Divide 300 experience equally among the characters if the party defeats the ruffian.
So we have currently 350.
Currently have 350, so it would go up to 425.
Okay. Now, loot the bodies. All 3 red brands wear belt pouches holding treasure. Somebody else is going to do this math. I'm just going to give you the numbers. The first red brand, so John, had 16 silver, 7 gold. Greg had 12 silver, 5 gold. And Larry has 15 electrum pieces and 2 garnets. And additionally, there are 3 dirty scarlet cloaks hanging from the bunks.
That's important.
It's in the book at least.
Disguised.
Exactly. We don't know who else is here.
Exactly. We'll get disguised.
Dun, dun.
We make the wizard prestidigitate them so you can wear them, Sir Walter
Now,
Moss.
that won't be authentic. I can just be like,
Red bread, why is your cloak so
I can
green?
just be like your hostage
The
or
hostage.
something. I can
So-
be the Wookiee.
Okay.
Although I've always wanted to see Chewbacca in a stormtrooper outfit.
That would be pretty cool right there. Big
Hair
hair.
sticking
Yeah.
out.
It's cool.
All right, so so we've cleared that room by taking.
Yeah.
There's nothing else under the beds or in the barrels.
Well, that's another thing. The first time someone's asked, in the barrels, in the crates, are provisions. It is salted pork and beef, flour, sugar, apples, ale, food.
Alright,
Food for the gang.
So we each get 3 gold, 5 electrum, and 7 silver. I did the math.
Good.
Say it
3
again.
gold, 5 electrum, 7 silver.
What are the electrums worth?
Half of gold.
Half a gold.
Well, a tenth of a gold.
All
Alright,
right.
so-
So we are
So, is there another door out of that room, or was it just a single door into that room?
a single door into that room.
So then we want to go back around the cistern towards the secret door, I would assume.
Yeah.
Does that sound good to folks?
Sounds good.
Yeah,
So
secret room.
we had the main room.
Are we going to get dressed in the
this
cloaks?
room off of here? And we're
We only
gonna
have
go
2 cloaks, though.
We have
3
3
cloaks.
cloaks.
3 cloaks? I don't wear cloaks.
I think between Thor and
thought
Bree,
you
they could
only
wear
wear
one. She could sit on his shoulders. It'd be that too tall
I was
kid.
going to say, it's probably too tall for one or both of us. So.
Yeah. They are they're described as just dirty scarlet cloaks.
All right.
All right.
Tell you what, I'm
still not
comfortable in my
gonna put it on.
manhood. I don't need to dress up like some red brand.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We can take them as we are.
yeah, exactly. I'm kind of leading the same way. Yeah.
Fine.
And I won't put it on because it's dirty.
It's dirty.
You could totally pass as one though, with your deception.
Yeah, she grabs one of the cloaks. Bree grabs a cloak.
All right.
And it's like, fine.
Unless you're gonna be leading the way, you can kind of scout.
I will be in the lead, dragging my cloak.
Jack almost got karate chopped. That look.
The
He looks so happy.
So that hallway, the secret passage hallway, like I said, it goes the 25 feet, turns north, goes 10 feet farther to the north, so 15 feet hallway there, then turns west. And it opens up into an area that is a large natural cavern. A cold breeze fills this large natural cavern, carrying with it a faint scent of decaying flesh. A crevasse divides the cavern and is flanked by two rough stone columns that support the 20-foot-high ceiling. Two arched wooden bridges span the chasm.
Caverns never smell like baked goods.
That's a good point. And I need 1 minute on this one while I read it, so talk amongst yourselves.
So there's
So what are your thoughts on caverns?
That they never
I
smell like
personally
big
think
goods.
it's going to smell like decay. So
so we have a crevasse across the middle with two bridges crossing it.
Yes.
What is there anything?
Okay.
Oh, you're reading. Never
Yeah.
mind.
So to give you an idea here, the first room you were in, it's about that wide, and it goes north to south about twice as far. So from where you entered, that room you were in, and it's natural, so it's all crackly on the sides, and then there's a crevasse in the middle of it. So this is a large natural cavern that by squares is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So that's 55 feet that way, and it's probably about 40 feet this way overall.
So
That's
55
north to
feet
south,
wide.
east to west. And then
45.
right up the middle, also kind of craggly, is that crevasse that runs the full length of it. And a third of the way up, well, not a third of the way up, about 10 feet north of where you are is one bridge that goes across, and then another 40 feet up that way is the other bridge that crossed the crevasse. So where you have walked out into it, just right to the northwest of where you are, about 10 feet is the first bridge that leads over to the other side.
About how wide is the crevasse? Is it narrow?
It is about 10 to 15 feet in different areas. It is narrowest where the bridges are, about 10 feet. And it's about 15 feet wide in the middle.
Is this cavern well lit?
Yes. Going with the descriptions, most areas are brightly lit by oil lamps and wall sconces.
Do we see
And this
anything?
area is lit.
Looking around, do we see anything out of place or anywhere where someone or something could hide?
Yes.
Do we see any floating
Plenty of
eyes?
places. So the crevice divides the cavern and is flanked by two rough stone columns that support the 20-foot-high ceiling. So those two 5-foot wide columns, something could be hiding behind that if you like. Also, straight across from where you are to the west, it looks like there's another hallway over there. Straight up to the north, that 60 feet up to the north, that looks like another room up there somewhere. And then there's another hallway off to the west near that room. So it's a pretty big open area here.
So which way do we want to head? Do we want to go down the hallway? Do we want to go in the other room? Where do we want to go?
Because it doesn't seem like it matters, I will go to, say, north.
North?
Go to the north, and then check out those rooms up there.
Okay. I need your passive perceptions again, please.
13.
10.
13's the highest we have.
All right. So explain to me the order and where you're going.
She's first,
So
you
I'm
second,
first.
Thor third, I'm fourth.
Okay.
Okay. And you are going across the bridge? Was that it? Or where were you going? I'm sorry.
Yeah, I guess the northern bridge, because you said that there was a room at the top.
There is a room. So as you get closer to the top, you go about 35 feet or so towards the other bridge, and right at the northernmost side of the cavern is an open room that has got a 10-foot wide opening, and it has some barrels and crates in there. That's not the right spot. It is this one. It has. It looks like, although it is part of the north end of the natural cavern, it is finished with stone blocks and walls and has a flagstone floor. It is more finished than the rest of the cavern area.
Okay.
So that's what you can see. That's 20 feet to your north when you reach the other bridge.
Look around.
That's what you see. The opposite side of the bridge is another hallway that looks like it bends to the side, and then there might be stairs going down over there.
So do we explore that room?
Yeah, I think that's what I meant by looking around.
So go into the room?
You're
Okay.
going to check it for traps and whatnot.
So walking into the room gives you a narrative. This area is the north end of the large natural cavern. It's been finished with dressed stone block walls and flagstone floors. Several barrels are stored against the walls here, along with a number of empty crates, straw for packing, hammers, pry bars, and nails. The cavern continues for some distance to the south where you just came from, and you can make out several passages that open up off the larger cavern, which I described before, and what looks like a deep pit or crevasse in the floor, which you knew about.
It might not have it, but what are they packing in that room?
Most of the things in here aren't very valuable, but you do find in there one of the crates has 30 beaver pelts in it.
Yippee! Beaver pelts.
There you go.
Beaver pelts are very very expensive.
Now, for the map purpose, this room had a 10-foot wide entry into it, and the room itself is 15 north to south and 20 east to west, and it has a little like alcove in the northeast corner that's about 5 feet wide.
That's you got it. We're close
It's a
to the top of the
rectangle
map.
with a little alcove at the top right.
All right. So Bree.
30 beaver pelts.
So we're
Nice beaver. Just had it stuffed yesterday.
beaver. Thanks, I just had it stuffed.
Well, we can
Was that
remember this,
airplane?
and maybe we
That
can
was
get
a
a
naked gun.
Naked gun.
deal going with the various institutions to
The
sell
beaver
them
pelt
off
industry.
after we're done here.
all right. So we're going to keep
Probably stolen.
exploring because Bree's getting kind of anxious. We haven't run into any red brands
I
yet.
guess we need to go across the bridge now, since we
Okay.
looked in that room.
very
Okay.
cautiously.
And
The
is it
bridge.
still the same order?
Oh, was this room? This room is on this side of the chasm then.
The
The
room
one we were
is
just in, is it up here?
the room was at the northern end of the chasm.
But before we went across the crevasse.
You did not go to across the bridge is
Okay. I
east
mean, I
to
don't know if
west.
it matters, but
Yeah.
Now, I would think that you could look for traps before the bridge,
Yes.
like on it, but I think that me being a heavier individual might want to go first to check to see if it's safe.
I'm going to, before we get into a battle or anything, while we're doing this whole thing, I don't have time. Never mind.
What is
Because
time?
short rest an hour,
Yeah. No.
and I don't have time to heal myself.
Okay. So
Do
how
you
low
need
are you?
healing?
Really low.
Really low?
I got whacked.
Well, why don't you talk to your cleric?
Well, I didn't even think about it until just now. Though I seek
Well,
healing.
your cleric's still good right now.
So while I'm checking the bridge and checking the lashings and stuff,
I like it.
You're hearing.
How many would take you to max?
I need 11.
I like that. Let's make sure this thing is in order here.
Make sure it's in order. Kind of a little. She's
Well, make me a bridge lashing roll.
You
then.
She
cure wounds,
taps her little
1d8
foot on
plus
it.
3.
Plus what? There's
that
more.
looks good.
And two of the boards fall through
Plus
down the
my
crevice
extra
into
dwarven
oblivion.
disciple of light.
Exactly.
I guess I can look at it too.
Okay.
I've seen bridges before.
You
You've
have.
seen bridges before?
My
It seems like
perception-
this kind of thing a noble would do.
My
What do you want me to
perception
roll?
actually
That's
Just
says-
roll a
not
d20
mine.
while we're waiting for them to figure out
13.
what they're doing. Okay. 13. All right, you got it. I don't know what, but you got it.
I got 11.
11. Yeah, you got that too. Good, good.
So the bridge is in good order.
Yes. The bridge is the most sturdy bridge you've seen in the hideout.
Fantastic. Now looking across
You
the
haven't
bridge,
looked at
do
the
we-
other one yet
I know,
either,
right?
though,
Looking
so,
across the
yeah.
bridge, do we see anything?
On the other side of the bridge is there is a passage. So right on as soon as the bridge gets to the other side of the crevasse, there's a wall right there, the wall of the cavern. That's maybe 2 feet past the end of the bridge, and then it goes into a room or a hallway right to slightly to the right at the end of the bridge, and that hallway looks like it has stairs going downward.
And where are the pillars? Are they on our side?
So
or
there's
on
a
the other
pillar
side?
right next to you, like right at your left shoulder while you're checking the bridge out. So there's one on your side. And then the other one is down to the south on the opposite side.
Is there anything on the other side of the pillar?
Where you are right now, just your group
Just
is right
us?
there.
Joe, I just used Cure Wounds.
Yeah. Okay.
If it's okay to heal the wizard who
I
is
like he
getting
puts,
low.
if it's okay,
okay.
then no. It's
Well,
fine.
I didn't tell you before I did it, but
No, that's good. That's
we
good.
just rolled it for.
Good.
He got 10 hit points back,
Nice. I
and
can get rid of those.
and I'm done Cure Wounds until a long rest.
Ooh, that's good to know. All right. So everyone's ready then, and now you go across the bridge.
Yes. Now
All
we're
right. So first,
Sir Walter Moss
The
goes
stench of
across
rotting
first.
death increases as we go across the bridge.
it might as well, yes, because nobody's passive perception was high enough.
Yep.
Damn it.
We are going to hit Bree first in the surprise round,
Damn it.
as this thing pops its head from the crevasse.
Oh, the eye thingy.
And that's the eye creature. I'll put it in the camera here, kind of, sort of. Oh. All right. And its big green eye affixes on Bree, and she must make a DC 12 Constitution check.
Oh,
Saving throw.
dang.
So
So a D20.
Yep.
+1.
Nah.
2
A 2, huh?
Plus 1.
plus a modifier.
Or
3.
take. You must succeed on a DC 12. So it has its gaze. It fixes its big green eye on Bree as she makes it to the other side of the bridge. It sticks its head up from around the bottom of the bridge at the crevasse, and it stares at her, and she's unable to resist the 2, 5, 6. Wow, lucky. And 3d6. 6 damage. Necrotic damage.
That's a lucky roll.
Now let's roll initiative.
Does Bree roll?
Yes, everyone will roll. The Nothic has a 16 initiative.
I have an 18.
I have 17 minus 1 for 16.
10.
All right, so Sir Walter Moss is up first.
All right, and after it hits Bree, does anyone have languages on your sheet? I'm curious
Yeah.
about that. Does anybody have Undercommon?
No.
Okay. That's a-
Undercommon?
Undercommon. It's interesting. It's the first time something actually has a language, and only one. So it has some hissy, gurgly noises as it has definitely messed with Bree's brain function things. Yes, and it's
It probably does, but it can only attack once.
Great.
all right. So who's up first?
I am.
Go ahead,
once.
Sir Walter. So here's the situation: you have a
Leading with the
10-foot
charge.
10-foot long bridge. You were behind Bree, so you can freely get the movement around to hit this thing that's just popped up over the side. But let me take a piece of paper here and give you an idea of kind of what you're looking at, because it's going to make a difference. Everyone has their order figured out, right?
Yep.
I'm going to just draw this.
Nice map skills.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, I get channel divinity back after a short rest.
So, on this, the arrow is you guys coming across the bridge. The X is where the bad guy is. That wall right on the other side of the bridge only leaves you about 2 feet or so. Okay, so, and then this is a passage on that west side. So just to give you an idea of
he's
where
standing
you
on a
are.
narrow ledge.
Yes.
Yes, well, everybody will be if you make it to the other side. Now, it's stable. I mean, you're not just going to fall off. There's no DC to stay there, but you could possibly try and knock somebody into the crevasse if
There's
you wanted,
only
or
one
they could
person
try
who
to knock
requires
you.
melee.
All right. But I wanted to give you that indication of how the scene actually is.
Do
So
you know how deep the crevasse is? Is it bottomless pit?
That's a good question, but go ahead. Let me take a look.
I guess I'm going to just do my thing and hustle across the bridge and chop at the legs to maybe he would topple into the hole.
Okay. Looking down as you're going over the bridge, you can see it's probably about 20 feet down to the bottom.
So not a certain death should we fall.
No. It looks like it follows the regular falling rules. It's a regular falling rule is like a D6 per 10 feet. It says 2D6 if you fall. So that is probably regular falling rules.
All right.
So
20.
what do you got? A 20? will
Not a
hit.
natural 20, but a
20
good
will
20.
hit.
All right. And he's going to take 9 slashing damage.
Because he's a special monster, I'm just going to make sure of weaknesses and stuff.
Does he have bad knees?
That's
That's
what I'm
what I was
looking
going
for.
You take
No.
out the knee and everyone
No.
falls.
He is not listed as having bad knees. How much damage did you do?
9.
9, okay. It's okay. He is clearly not as weak as any foe that you have thus hit in this adventure.
I wouldn't think so.
Yeah. All right, who's up next? Who's after Sir Walter?
The wizard.
The wizard.
Wizard.
The wizard.
So in Dungeons and Dragons, there is no restriction of getting through where a friendly player is or an ally. However, I make a point of saying where you guys are because it would be harder for the Nothic to get through you and her to get to him, so to speak. So you guys can kind of move freely, but it's stuck with who's ever in front of him at the time of a melee attack.
I will Ray of Frost.
Okay.
Good old staple spell.
And
That is a 13 to hit.
a 13 will miss.
Yeah.
Is it still the staple spell?
Ferris still has some of that healing stuff running through his veins. He's not quite ready for being a wizard.
No, that's
Nothic
the
goes? Okay. We are going to take... I want to make sure this guy gets to do his different things. So the next attack is going to be with his claws at Sir Walter, who is right there now. And we have multi-attack again, so he gets 2 attacks. First is 8, will miss. The second is a 7, that will also miss. Apparently, you are made of stronger stuff.
I'm just quick.
All right, who's after the Nothic?
Thor.
And it makes some curses in Undercommon that you sure are curses.
I think in the interest of keeping my distance, I will cast Sacred Flame
Okay.
versus a 13 dex.
13.
So what happens there?
So who gets it?
on a tie, defender always wins.
Okay.
I thought we did attacker last time.
Defender always wins. But I
Oh,
will
that's-
double check
Never
that
mind.
rule.
I'm playing
I-
too many
You
games.
think of
Yeah, it
D6.
sounds
I'm
right.
playing
That
too many
was the-
games. Sorry.
The saving
other
throw
game we
DC
just
to
played-
resist a spell you cast is 13. So 13 would resist.
So he got it. He got the DC. He met the DC. So that worked. Okay. And there's nothing on the resist. It's not half damage or anything, right? I think we went through this before, too. Okay. Because some things a save is still half damage,
Right.
right?
No, I don't think so. I'll double check.
No, it's a cantrip, so
Yeah.
no.
Who is up after Nothic? Or
Bree.
after Thor, sorry.
Does
After
Bree
Thor
have
three.
any conditions as a result of
Right
her?
now, no. It just sucked.
It just sucked
Yeah.
big time. So she's on the bridge still.
Yep.
Right at the end of the bridge.
She is going to
You
go.
can say you have 1 foot on the bridge, 1 foot on the landing.
She's going to go right here, which is at the edge of the hallway.
So disengage.
Yes.
Okay.
and try to shoot
Okay.
the Nothic.
Yep.
Woohoo!
That usually means a hit. What do we got?
19.
19 does indeed hit.
Woohoo! Does he have anybody next to him?
He has
Yes,
Sir Walter
me.
Moss next to him.
So I can sneak attack.
And I
Go
dodge
for it.
out of the way,
No.
and a solid
12.
12.
Piercing damage.
Man, that sneak attack is awesome. You're going to get that almost every
It
It
attack.
hurts too. It hurts.
All right. And who is after Bree?
back to the top.
Back to the top.
And
Sir
if
Walter
she didn't have an
Moss.
opponent there, she could
Now.
just hide.
Just like chopping down a tree.
Okay.
We're going to take another hack at those legs.
Go for it.
Nope, probably not. 9.
Another not so good hack.
Ah, well.
And Ferris.
Freezing ray.
Of freezing ray of frost coldness.
11.
11 does not hit.
We are going to find that hit point.
All right, the Nothic is going to fix its gaze upon Sir Walter Moss. You have a DC 12 Constitution check.
He covers his
A
eyes.
saving throw. DC 12 saving throw.
Save
Got it.
Super save.
Okay.
I got
Who's
21.
after the Nothic?
21.
I believe that I am. I
I just put my hand in front of my face, and I'm good to go.
Yeah. Go ahead, Thor.
As you were wiping your hair
I'm
back.
just wiping the sweat, and it's just at that moment.
It's just coincidental. Oh, were you trying to see me?
What? Was something going on?
I am going to decide whether I should save things for later or not, but I'm going to cast Guiding Bolt, which is
as a
monster
point on that, it is 9:30, so there won't be too much later tonight.
tonight.
But we will do later. Right.
But we're probably not going to take a rest.
Right, exactly. Well, I'm going to do it anyways because I have no idea how many hit points this guy has. Guiding Bolt.
Yeah.
So I have to roll to attack that, I think.
Yes.
19.
Did not roll one
No,
this
no, no,
time.
no,
Plus 5,
19.
24.
A 24 will miss.
Does 4d6 radiant damage,
Go ahead.
plus the next attack roll against it by anyone in the party has advantage on a ranged next attack roll.
You need
Add
one
yours to it. It's 4d6, you said?
more.
Yeah.
46. Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, baby.
And there they go.
Yahtzee. No.
Oh, no.
Let's see.
4, 7.
Did you get a
8,
small straight?
9,
Yeah,
10.
1, 2, 3. Yeah, you
Yeah,
did. 1, 2, 3, 4.
So 10?
Yeah,
10 damage.
10
Could've-
damage.
Could have been better. 10 damage plus the next attack has advantage.
All right, so the thing gurgles a sickly howl. Something like that.
But still kicking.
Who's next?
Bree.
Bree.
You have
go.
advantage.
So Bree from her little vantage point again.
She has advantage.
Roll die 2 die 20.
Oh, sorry. 2 die 20.
Yeah.
There's
That's one.
Woohoo.
That's
Oh.
not good.
No, they're both suck.
No, that one was cocked.
He said the C word. All right.
No.
Who's
7.
after? Who's
Seven's not
after
gonna
Bree
hit.
then?
Oh, my
Back to the
advantage did nothing.
top.
Yeah. All right.
My guiding bolt lit him up like a flame so that you could hit him.
And it distracted her. Way to
It
go.
did. It did
All right.
distract.
This time, instead of hacking at the legs,
Yeah.
I'm going to go for somewhere in the throat region so he
Okay.
doesn't gurgle.
Okay.
was
And you're
a- that was a- that was a
representing this
gross
by
noise.
rolling a different die or something?
No, this is
That's-
the one
that's
that's
a
rolling
joke,
sort
so,
of good.
Yeah. Okay.
And 18.
18 will hit. The Norfolk.
Ooh, 14.
14.
Equals 0.
Nice.
Yes.
I thought I was gonna get to go blue.
I was waiting for it. I knew.
So you swipe your axe across its throat, and the gurgling goes from its mouth down to its throat, and some nasty ooze drips out, and it falls back and down into the crevasse, and after a few seconds, there's a dull, wet thud on the ground beneath.
And stay down there.
That's a bad sound.
Loot the body!
Yeah.
We're going to lower the halfling down to loot the body of a monster.
Cool. Take its eye. I'm sure it's worth something.
Oh,
Using the spell, if nothing else, right? I like it.
Seriously, though, is anyone going to go check it out?
No.
No, I think we're good.
Oh, my gosh. Seriously? It's a standing order to loot the body.
Not this time.
Okay. I'm so disappointed.
Are we going
I
to cut
mean,
a tie
I
out?
would. But that's
You're going to
just
go
me.
cut a tie out?
That's kind of the way. I'm really cheap. I like that. I like to sell that eye for something.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, leave the best treasure of the adventure down there. Fine.
Cool.
Well, if you want to do it, I'm pretty strong. I could probably lower you down.
Oh, the walls of the crevasse are easily climbed without an ability check.
Oh, there you go.
Well then,
I mean, nobody asked if you could just climb down. I mean, when you say you're going to lower him down, I'm like, there's handholds all the way down the wall. It's
I'm definitely going to climb down because I've been chomping at the bit to check it out, and I'm going to cut his eye out and throw it in a pouch for my good wizard friend, Ferris.
ew.
And also, if he has any pockets, he's going to look through the pockets.
I'm going to thoroughly loot the body.
When you get down to the bottom, Thor, the bottom of the crevasse just feels unnaturally cold. It is very cold down there. But you get down at the bottom, he's there, and at the bottom is where that body is also another bunch of broken and well-known bones. There's another body of a human that is laying down there as well.
Oh, no.
Aw.
That's the dude that probably.
First, I'm going to look around because I moved down there a little more quickly than I should have to see if there's anything else down there that's living.
No.
And
Or
then I'm going to
unliving.
loot the heck out of that other body.
Okay.
Well-
And while you are, the other body doesn't have any loot on it, and the Nothic itself doesn't. But while you're cutting its eye out, the time it takes to cut the eye out, you realize there's a cubby underneath that bridge that you just walked over. So it's 20 feet down, a little cubby off to the side. There is a wooden chest in there.
Heck yes, there is. Is it locked?
Does
No, it is not locked.
does the body have any identification? Like
Um,
I don't know, an amulet?
Are
with
you
a crest?
carrying a code scanner? Because it's got no, there's no ID.
No.
There's no QR
No
code?
noticeable.
That's what I was going to say. There's some code on it.
I would like to call my friend Bree to see if she will come check this for traps before I open it.
Sure. Well, I got to climb down there?
You don't have to, but I'd appreciate it.
It'd be easier than
Right.
picking
I'll
it
give
up.
I'll give you a little something, whatever we find.
What's it? We'll split it? I get a bigger cut? All right. If I get a bigger cut, I'll climb down.
Up to you.
I like that
a little
idea.
sarcastic little laugh.
Probably a
All
box
right.
of snakes.
So you get down there and you want to check the chest out
I'll
before
check
it gets
it for
opened.
traps
Go
first.
for it. Let's get a roll.
What
for
do you
that.
need?
What is the roll for this? Who knows? Is it? I'm guessing it's just a wisdom roll. Is that
I
perception?
don't know. Let's see.
Because there is no
sounds
thievery
sort of
skill
perception.
anymore.
Can't I just check it for traps and not roll?
If it has one on it, it will blow up. I mean, yes.
It
can-
looks good.
You can always check for landmines by stepping on them. Definitely.
It's got to be perception.
Yeah, I'm thinking it is too. I don't know if there's a separate roll for
I don't
it.
even know. There's investigation now.
I can
don't know
tell
what
you, when we were on the
investigation is.
Goblin Trail, the pit trap and the snare, they were both perception checks. So I'm
Right.
guessing.
Yeah, it's perception.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. So,
Remember one that we thought was weird because it was something other than perception?
Survival. Yeah.
I looked that up
Was
later. That was
outdoor
a
tracking.
tracking.
Yeah.
Yeah, tracking is survival.
And I think that's what I was saying at the time because it's a trail and you're outdoors, so it kind of makes sense.
Natural 20.
All right, so you find none of the traps.
Damn it.
You find all 0 of them. It is not trapped.
Still get a
Yeah,
bigger
maybe.
cut.
As you're investigating it
just
and
open it
making
up.
sure of everything, it looks just like the Nothic may have just found this box somewhere and decided to start putting all his stuff in it. And it's kind of a battered old wooden chest. So probably not the thing to be trapped.
So very, like,
What's in the box?
Open it, open it,
she
open it,
knows
open it.
she knows there's no traps, right? So she's like very, okay, everyone back up. Back up.
Back up.
We don't know if this thing's going to blow.
Heck, I'm up at the top of the thing, and I'm yelling
Loading
out,
her pockets.
"What's
She's
in the
loading her
box?"
box.
Yeah.
She kind of like pretends that it's going to blow and opens it. very, very slowly
Let's see.
while
who-
she sneaks a couple of golds out.
All right, who's going to write it down?
I got it.
I say it's a little box. It's a wooden chest. It's not tiny. All right, inside the chest, you find 160 silver pieces,
Wow.
120 gold pieces,
Oh, sweet.
Oh.
5 malachite gems. Oh, just because I don't like to look this stuff up later. The previous thing with the ruffians, and I told you had
Two
two
garnets.
gems,
Two garnets.
the 2 garnets, they were 10 gold piece each. The malachite gems are 15 gold pieces each. 2 potions of healing
Woohoo.
Sweet.
and a scroll of augury. I'm not sure what that spell is, but you have the scroll of it now. Also, there is a longsword in a silver chased scabbard.
Ooh.
Its hilt is worked in the shape of a bird of prey with outspread wings.
Okay.
That sounds like someone needs to check that for some magic.
Mm-hmm.
Wizard,
Can we
do you
get
have
an
detect
Arcana
magic?
check?
I got detect magic.
You want to check that sword and see if it's got anything special going on?
Sure.
Do you have history?
I do.
I do. Everyone does. Who has the history and who has the magic?
I had the history and the magic.
We might, if you have history, we
I have
might as well. Let's do cooperative rolling stuff here. So, Mr. Magic, go first.
All right, so I am going to
Because if
detect
it's-
magic.
If it's like magic and blow-uppy magic, you probably don't want to touch it to check the history.
I can sense magic in this way. Well, I mean, should I do detect magic or identify?
Detect magic.
Detect-
Identify. Well, if you have identify, do identify, I guess.
Yeah, identify. Okay, I touch it, but
If we
wow.
presume it's magical to begin with and just identify it, then we're all done, right?
Exactly.
Why not?
All right, so I touch it,
Yeah.
and
And it blows up.
if it is a magic item or some other magic imbued object, you learn all
Your microphone
use
just
them.
stopped. Your microphone stopped and came back. Say the whole thing again.
Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now.
All right. You touch one magic item
Yeah.
or some other magic imbued object, you learn all of its properties and how to use them.
Okay.
Whether it requires attunement to use and how many charges it has, if any.
Is there any roll to that?
No, it's just
Okay.
a 1 minute cast time.
After all of that, it's a +1 longsword.
Woo.
There you go.
Yeah.
Now, history. Let's see if we can figure out the history of this thing.
17.
17. So, you recognize this sword. It is, when you pull the sword out of the scabbard a little, you see the sword is inscribed with the name Talon, like, bird claw, Talon. And it once belonged to a great knight named Aldith Tresendar, the same as the name of the manor.
The manor.
Yep. And it is known, the sword is known as the Black Hawk.
I think the Black Hawk would have killed the
And-
Black Widow.
This is the sword
Spider-Man.
that
Oh,
Sir
like
Aldith
Spider-Man.
was using when he died fighting off the orc horde that had overrun Phandalin. Phandalin.
Phandalin.
The 500 years ago.
Wow.
It was Fandolin.
That's
back
cool.
then.
Who wields a sword?
Yeah, a little off the table, but there's a lot fewer magic items in this edition than previous editions, so that's cool.
And they
Yeah.
actually get, it's a +1 longsword for whoever uses it, but it has a history to it, which is neat. I like it.
That's
So,
cool.
Sir Walter Moss, will you be using the longsword?
I mean,
He's-
I have the great axe, but I can hold that long sword.
None of us
That's what
really
she said.
use a long sword.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would look cool with another sword, like on my
Like,
belt.
whose proficiencies include long swords? I have a proficiency in long sword.
I don't.
It's as big as I am.
Is it a simple? Is that a simple weapon?
Yeah.
If you look at proficiencies,
Right.
it'll actually say long sword.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably not
Yeah,
simple.
it would be a martial,
and most
yeah.
likely, yeah. I think a short sword is a simple weapon. So last
I do
thing
not.
for that, let's do the experience
have a
piece
weapon?
because the Nothic
Yeah, but
encounter has
I'm never
a
going to use it.
divide 450 experience equally among the characters. Excuse me. We have 4 people, 450. You guys.
So
get-
112.
Yeah, I rounded up 413 or 113. Sorry. And one other thing that I want to make a point of here is we did the experience for the guys in the barracks, but outside, when you fought the ruffians in the street, that was 100 experience each, 400 divided equally when you defeated those ruffians in the street. All right, so this, as we're into part 2 of the adventure here, they split up experience by encounter rather than the entire part like we did with part 1.
All right, and just to get the money taken care of while we're doing that, we had those 2 gems before, so that'll add 2.5, so 2.5 gold each.
Yeah, I've just been keeping the total, and I figured.
When we get back
Divide
in
at the
town, we'll
end.
divide it.
All right,
Okay.
that's fine.
So I think that's probably a good place to stop for tonight.
Agreed.
All right.
Now, is it? We have not cleared out the manor necessarily.
The hideout, no, you have not.
Okay.
We haven't even found
Do we
the
want to
boss
take
yet.
a long rest under the bridge in this cubby since it's
No.
relatively hidden?
It's also supernaturally cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine. Maybe in the room?
In the sleeping quarters and that little thingy up there. But
your
no.
safest bet would be not to sleep here.
Yeah,
but-
exactly.
I mean, I'd say at the most short
A
rest.
short rest?
Which, I mean, I'd be happy for a short rest. I'll get my action surge back, but I don't know how much it would help you guys.
Well, before we do that, I can do some healing, I think. Short rest would be an hour hanging out. Someone can watch a guard, right?
I don't see why not.
In that case, I'm going to use
I mean,
my...
I see why not. You don't see why not. How about that?
Are we going to... Do we agree we want to get up out of the cold?
We want to get out of the cold.
Maybe
yeah.
go back to the room with the 2 beds and take a short rest?
I was thinking the room that's in the cavern.
Yeah.
In the cavern.
We
Okay.
could just go in that little storage room.
All right.
We're just hanging out for an hour.
In that ca-
I doubt anything really likes being near this eye monster thing. They don't know it's going to be dead.
Yeah.
I'm going to use my new spell, Channel Divinity, if anyone needs it. I can choose to either turn... Wait, does anyone need hit points?
I do, but I can use a hit dice. and
You're
I
killing
only
all
get
my
six.
stuff.
At 9.
Do we get our hit dice... We get 1 back at short rest, or...
No, you get done back until a long rest.
Well, then I might as well heal you, because I'm going to get this right back at a short rest.
All right.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
So, whenever I use Preserve Life, choose 1 or more creatures within 30 feet of me to heal, then distribute up to 10 hit points among them.
Okay.
Can restore a creature to no more than half of its hit point maximum.
I mean, that's
So,
fine.
and it had to be below their half hit points.
So we
So that
can't
may
use
not be helpful. Well, what are you
What?
at?
Wait, you can only
I can only restore you up to half of your hit point total.
restore half, like.
To no more than half of its hit point maximum. So if you were
Right.
22, I could take you up to 11 with it.
All right.
So if you were at 6, he could heal you for 5.
What are you at? Are you?
No, I'm way above.
All right,
that.
so,
Okay,
then
so we
that,
don't need it.
That doesn't do it.
All right.
All right, I tried.
Although, what do you have?
I'm at 9.
Of 15,
And
so...
what's,
At 15.
what's your max?
15.
All right, so I guess I will use the hit dice then. D10. Plus con is 4, so I get 4 back, which is pretty good.
Push it back 2 away.
21
Yeah, not
out of 23.
All right, so the party is taking a short rest, and we'll pick it up next time from there.
Yep.
Piece of candy.
I'm gonna stop.
Penis.
Penis.
Deep in the hideout of the Red Brand Ruffians, our heroes are in need of a short rest. They take some time to rest up after looting a magic sword. Be sure to stay tuned for the next episode to see what happens to our heroes. Thanks for joining us. The preceding podcast was brought to you by Shedcast. You can find us online at adventuresfromtheshed.com.